let's just move on to our number one gaming news. And everybody's talking about this. I'm pretty sure as you're listening to this, you know exactly what the number one gaming news is. That's right, folks. It's once in a lifetime where we talk about Nintendo on this podcast. Nintendo has finally announced the Switch Lite, and it's exactly what we thought it would be.
Yep.
Now, what's funny is that we've been rumoring the Switch Lite, not the podcast, but gamers in general.
The community
of video games, right, have been speculating a Switch Lite since the Switch came out. Like, we were expecting a Switch Lite just because that's kind of what Nintendo does. They always make, like, the Wii Mini. They also made the DS Lite. So we were kind of expecting this. Now, the Switch Lite will sell for $200. $200, $100 less than the actual Switch or the Switch original. And it's going to come out September 20th of this year. And it's going to come in 3 colors, yellow, gray, and turquoise. You said you like the turquoise.
I do. I really like turquoise. I even like the yellow one. But
I
would get turquoise.
Yeah, because the color options kind of confuse me in a way. It's just kind of like...
They're very random.
They're very... I don't want to say they're kids'
like
colors.
Here, we got boring gray. We have...
Yeah, the gray is very dull.
A pale, bright yellow, and we have turquoise.
Now...
They all strike me, other than the gray, the yellow and the blue strike me as very girly. Not even childish, but girly. Like, I feel like...
Yeah. And
And
that's it. It just is. It's just a confusing choice in colors.
Yeah.
Now, Shipwreck from the CADcast, he made a good point, and I'm wondering the same thing. Why not release it? You know the Joy-Cons for the original Switch, the red and the blue?
Yeah.
Why don't they make it in those shades of colors?
I don't know. Maybe they intend to later. Maybe they are trying to hit a more female market. Maybe they notice they have more boys and men.
Well, let's talk about that for a second, because the marketing for this is also pretty confusing. I thought this would be marketed towards kids. You know, the Switch Lite is more durable. The commercial was like
all like teenagers.
Yeah, like young adults and teenagers.
Yeah.
By the way, what irked me, when you went to the skate park and you got your little Switch Lites and you bring it out, do not sit on the obstacles at a skate park. I don't care who you are. I don't care how many Switch Lites you have. Do not sit on the obstacles with your Switch Lites. Thank you very much. Rant over. So... But that's the thing. It marketed towards young adults. And here's the other reason. Now, I got a couple notes here, too. So very quickly, I don't know if the Switch Lite is for me, generally, just because when I'm on the go somewhere, if I'm on the go, it's just I'm driving to a meeting, I'm driving to a grocery store, I'm out and I'm going. So for me to take the Switch Lite, I don't think I would use it on the go.
Yeah, my idea of on the go is something that could fit in your pocket.
Yeah.
Or something. Like, I imagine, like, doctor's appointments or something, or something like that. But you can't fit that in your pocket. Like, you're literally carrying it around.
Yeah.
So, and, like, the regular, like, the base.
Yeah, the base Switch. Yeah.
Is something that can collapse and fit in your pocket. It is already portable. Like, that was the...
Well, this is smaller than the regular Switch.
Well, okay.
Yeah.
Let me rephrase that.
Yeah.
Not fit in your pocket, but it was made to be portable.
Right.
Like, they made the Switch so that it's a gaming system that you can dock at home and play on your TV, or you can bring it with you. And so I don't see the reason for making the Switch Lite other than, look, it's one solid piece.
Yeah.
That you can't take apart and make smaller.
Now, that's the other thing. You know what this reminds me of? Now, before I say what it reminds me of, let me talk what this doesn't have, right? The Switch Lite does not have a TV mode, so you cannot hook it up to your TV. What's confusing is that it doesn't have a tabletop mode. It doesn't have a kickstand. Now, you're saying like, oh, why is that upsetting? Why should it need a kickstand? Well, it's because that they said that if you would like some Joy-Cons, it can hook up, you can link Joy-Cons or your Pro Controller to the Switch Lite. But here's the thing, then you would need to prop it up on some books or make some like jerry rig way to stand it up. So why not just have this like nickel?
All you need to do is put a little kickstand in the back.
Yeah, that's it. Just like put like this little tiny piece of plastic so that it can stand up on its own if you want to connect to Joy-Con. So the fact that it doesn't even have this dinky little kickstand.
I feel like I don't even understand now. I didn't know that you could hook up your Joy-Cons to it or another controller to it. To me, like, why did they even make this then?
That's the thing.
If you can use it as a regular Switch, other than hooking it up to the TV, why did they make it? I just don't understand, because the Switch was marketed as a portable gaming system, and yet they felt the need to make a worse version of it. So
what this actually reminds me of, I don't know if our listeners remember this, but what the Switch Lite reminds me of is the Poptarts Go. Do you remember that? The portable Pop-Tarts?
You know what? I didn't like them for the portableness, but I really did like them. They tasted very good.
How it marketed itself is that you had this teenager that's in the house, but they're late to school. Actually, the commercial was there's this creepy guy like knocking on her door, and she needed to be on the go. So she had her Poptarts Go so that she can eat her breakfast on the go. And it's like these little sticks, right? Sticks of Pop-Tarts. But then I'm like watching the commercial. I'm like, isn't the whole point of the Pop-Tart to be a portable breakfast? Why do we need a Poptarts Go when the whole
Because
point...
you don't need to toast this one. It tastes fine without toasting it.
Same with Pop-Tarts.
I know. I'm just joking.
Which, by the way, Quentin from The Greatest Show on Dirt, he microwaves his Pop-Tarts. Well, he's a monster. So, but that's what the... But that's what the Switch Lite kind of reminds me of. It reminds me of the Poptarts Go of the Switch, where it's like it's already made to be portable. Yeah, like I feel like they're literally doing it just to make more money. Like people are gonna be like, the Switch Lite. Any business wants to make money, but at the same time, like, I hate how businesses. It just seems like more often these days they're willing to do whatever to make money, even if it's something like they literally. I feel like is a waste of money, but I know people are gonna buy it anyway. Yeah, that's the thing. I think this is going to drive more base Switch sales just because they're going to see that. In fact, I've been looking at this and I said, like, well, I don't really want the Switch Lite because of the color scheme. This color scheme doesn't really fit for me. And if I want a Switch, I might as well get the one that has more features on it. I might as well spend $100 more just to get more features and just play any game no matter what. And be able to charge my Joy-Cons, so I might as well just buy the base Switch. And I think that the goal of the Switch Lite is to just drive more sales for the base Switch than anything else. Maybe. Now, there are still rumors, and there's even some trademark filings for a more powerful Switch. The rumors are still going that you're going to see a Switch Pro in the near future. I don't think so. I mean, maybe because we've seen the 3DS and the new 3DS. So, I don't know. I just don't see it happening. I don't see them selling 3 different models of the Switches all at the same time. I don't think that's really Nintendo's game. No, I don't think that would make sense. But I did think of a bad consequence of releasing the Lite. What's that? Little Tommy would like a Switch for Christmas. Mom goes out to GameStop to get little Tommy a Switch. And he wakes up Christmas morning and he sees the box but realizes it is a Lite and not a regular Switch. And that's the thing, like working at a GameStop, do you know how many times I had to like guide parents? And this isn't a bad thing for parents who don't know gaming. No, I mean, they shouldn't need to know everything. But if you're going to buy your kid something, you might want to do a little more research. Exactly. It's like there's a Switch and then there's a Switch Lite. And then you have to explain to the parent, like, well, the Switch Lite is cheaper, but it has less features. And then you have to think, well, does little Tommy want to play on a TV or is he only portable? So it just becomes confusing. And then the colors, like which color does little Tommy want? And it's just, it becomes a whole ordeal. I'm glad we've given all the kids the name and persona of Little Tommy. That's going to be their name from now on when we reference that. It's going to be Little Tommy. So, but yeah, that kind of wraps up our thoughts on the Switch Lite. But clearly we're against it. Well, I'm not against it. No, because there's been some toxic people on Twitter, like saying, like, yeah, people have been hating this. People are just poor Nintendo. People are just like, this is stupid. This is dumb. We are not. I just want to make it clear. We're not like hating on the system. We just disagree with the Yeah.
We just disagree with their decision to make it, but we're not like against it. If you want one, go for it. I don't judge you. We don't shame. It's just not for us.
It's just not the Switch for me. And I just don't see the point of it. But like for people that hate on it, like they have been on Twitter, on all social media pages, it's kind of insane. Like it's kind of insane what they say about the Switch Lite. And it's just like, listen, buy it or don't buy it. That's the thing. That's my choice. I see the Switch Lite. My options are to buy it or do not buy it. My option, my choice is don't buy it. My option, not your option, but my option or my choice. Don't buy it. But you can buy it. So I think, any other thoughts about this?
No, I think we're good.
Yeah.